Everyone has to eat, even the royals. But given they can choose anything in the world, their favorite meals are surprisingly relatable and sometimes downright bizarre. We begin at number 13 with a household classic, cheesy pasta. Princess Charlotte might be royalty, but her stomach speaks the language of every child under 10. She absolutely loves macaroni and cheese. However, Charlotte has a palate far more adventurous than her peers. Her mother, the Princess of Wales, once shared a funny detail about her daughter's cravings during a school visit, saying, "Charlotte loves olives. She has been eating them since she was very small." It is a polarizing choice for a child, but it proves this young royal is not afraid of bold, salty flavors. Moving to number 12, we meet a future king with a surprisingly sophisticated palate. While most kids are begging for chicken nuggets, Prince George is dreaming of Rome. His favorite dish is spaghetti carbonara. Celebrity chef Aldo Zilli, who has talked to Prince William about his son's tastes, once revealed to the press, George's favorite is carbonara. He loves the richness of the eggs, the cheese, and the pancetta. During the lockdowns of 2020, George even helped his mother make fresh pasta from scratch, proving he is as much a foodie as he is a future sovereign. At number 11, we find a relatable struggle in Princess Eugenie. Despite her reputation for being health-conscious and her dedication to the gym, she has one weakness: the buttery, flaky scent of a fresh croissant. She once told Harper's Bazaar about her struggle, saying, "I love them so much. I often encounter the smell of fresh croissants when I am at the gym or at the supermarket, and it is almost impossible to resist." It is a small, human indulgence that reminds us that even without an official royal role, the temptation of fresh bread is universal. If you are enjoying this countdown of palace favorites, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more royal secrets. Tell us in the comments, what was your favorite meal as a child? Was it as sophisticated as Prince George's? But while these young royals stick to pasta and pastries, their parents are busy breaking one of the most famous royal taboos. Coming up next, we look at why the Prince and Princess of Wales are willing to risk food poisoning for a specific Japanese delicacy that is technically forbidden. While the younger royals stick to familiar comforts, the senior members of the family are often found pushing the boundaries of palace tradition. Princess Beatrice takes a modern approach at number 10. Known for her dedication to a healthy, sustainable lifestyle, she frequently follows a completely vegan diet. For her 31st birthday, she surprised guests with an entirely plant-based menu, even serving a dairy-free birthday cake. Her favorite meal is vegan sushi, where creamy avocado and fresh vegetables take the place of traditional fish. Reports from a vegan restaurant in London called 123V noted that Beatrice is a regular who truly enjoys the plant-based rolls, proving that royal luxury can be entirely meat-free. At number 9, we see a true act of royal rebellion from the Prince and Princess of Wales. For decades, a strict, unwritten rule has discouraged the royal family from eating raw seafood or shellfish to avoid any risk of food poisoning during official duties. However, William and Kate are known to ignore this caution in favor of their love for Japanese cuisine. During a visit to Japan House in London, chef Akira Shimizu presented the couple with a beautifully prepared bento box. Accepting the gift, Prince William admitted to the crowd, "My wife and I love sushi. We might have to have this for lunch when we get back." This bold choice shows a couple who is willing to bypass ancient protocols for the sake of a high-quality salmon roll. The heat rises at number 8, with a dish that the Princess of Wales simply cannot live without: spicy Indian-style curry. Kate Middleton is famous for her love of intense flavors, a craving that reportedly became even stronger during her pregnancies. She often spends time in the kitchen preparing homemade curries for her family of 5, though she admits it is a difficult task. During a public engagement, she joked about the challenge, saying, "It is quite hard to make a curry that suits everyone. I love the spice, but William's tolerance is much lower, so I have to be careful with the heat." Despite the varying spice levels, her recipes are almost always vegetarian, reflecting her preference for a plant-heavy diet. Eating sushi and spicy curry is one way these modern royals stay connected to global trends. But you might be shocked to learn that the most powerful woman in the kingdom and a world-famous duchess both share a deep passion for meals that are incredibly humble and inexpensive. Coming up, we reveal why a simple can of beans and a traditional Filipino stew are the ultimate comfort foods for the highest-ranking women behind the palace gates. While the world might expect truffles and caviar at every meal, sometimes the most powerful figures in the kingdom crave the exact same things you have in your pantry. At number 7, we find a choice that shocked royal watchers everywhere: baked beans on toast. This is the ultimate comfort food for Queen Camilla. Despite having the finest chefs at her disposal, the Queen Consort remains loyal to this working-class British staple. In an interview with You magazine, she was very specific about her requirements, stating, "One of my favorite meals is baked beans on toast. It is a British classic, and for me, the beans must always be Heinz brand, and they must come from a can. It is a humble, no-nonsense meal that perfectly reflects her grounded personality." At number 6, we see how global heritage influences the royal plate through Meghan Markle. The Duchess of Sussex has always been proud of her multicultural roots, and one of her favorite dishes to cook at home is Filipino-style chicken adobo. Long before she became a member of the royal family, Meghan shared her love for this slow-cooked, savory dish on her lifestyle blog. She explained her process by saying, "I love making chicken adobo. It is so easy, you just throw it in the pot with soy sauce, vinegar, and garlic. It reminds me of my identity and where I come from." This dish serves as a culinary bridge between her Hollywood past and her life in the palace. The kitchen becomes even more romantic at number 5 with a dish that changed royal history: roast chicken. Since his childhood, Prince Harry has been known for his love of this simple, traditional meal. However, it became a shared obsession when he met Meghan. In fact, roast chicken is the reason for their engagement. During their first joint interview with the BBC, Meghan recalled the moment Harry proposed, saying, "We were just roasting a chicken. It was a cozy night, and it was just an amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural, and very romantic." He got on one knee. It is a dish that represents their domestic bliss, proving that sometimes the simplest poultry recipe is the most powerful. Roast chicken created a modern love story, but if we look back just one generation, we find a princess and a late icon who used food for something much deeper. Coming up, we reveal why Princess Anne insists on eating black fruit, and how Princess Diana used a specific vegetable to heal her body and her mind. While some royals follow modern trends, others have developed habits that are entirely unique and perhaps a little strange to the average diner. At number 4, we find the famously practical Princess Anne. Known as one of the hardest working members of the family, her approach to food is purely functional. For instance, she has a very specific way of eating fruit. Instead of a perfectly yellow banana, the Princess Royal prefers her bananas overripe, to the point where the skins are almost entirely black. A former palace chef recounted this peculiar habit, explaining that the princess believes blackened bananas are much easier to digest. It is a detail that perfectly captures her no-nonsense personality. She isn't interested in the aesthetic of a fruit bowl. She cares about the efficiency of her nutrition. In a world of silver platters, a black banana is a striking symbol of her grounded, almost austere nature. Moving to number 3, we look at the People's Princess and the dish that fueled her recovery. Following her well-documented struggle with an eating disorder, Princess Diana transformed her lifestyle into one defined by health and balance. She worked closely with her private chef, Darren McGrady, to create meals that were both nourishing and delicious. Her absolute favorite was stuffed bell peppers. McGrady describes the preparation with great detail, saying, "Princess Diana would ask for these multiple times a week. We would take a large bell pepper and stuff it with a savory mix of mushrooms, zucchini, and rice, then top it with cheese and a flavorful tomato sauce." For Diana, this wasn't just a meal. It was a way to reclaim her health and maintain her energy for her demanding public life. She chose simplicity and fresh ingredients as a way to heal from the pressures of her position. Diana chose a path of healthy restraint to overcome the weight of the crown. However, her son, King Charles III, has taken the concept of a specific diet to an entirely different level. While Diana wanted simplicity, the current king demands a level of precision where every single ingredient must have what is essentially a birth certificate of purity. Coming up next, we dive into the world of the most particular monarch in history and the wild, organic ritual he performs at Balmoral. At number 2, we encounter the pinnacle of royal perfectionism, King Charles III. For the current king, a meal is never just a meal. It is a carefully curated organic project. His absolute favorite dish is seared lamb, served with a rich, wild mushroom risotto. But do not expect these ingredients to come from a standard grocery store delivery. King Charles is famously obsessive about the provenance of his food. He was an advocate for organic farming decades before it became a global trend, and his table is the ultimate proof of his philosophy. The lamb must be organic, raised on royal estates under the most humane conditions. The vegetables must be seasonal and grown without a single drop of chemical fertilizer. This isn't just a preference, it is a mandate that defines the entire royal household's purchasing power. The most fascinating detail of this meal involves the mushrooms. When the king stays at Balmoral Castle, the royal holiday home in Scotland, he doesn't just wait for the ingredients to arrive in the kitchen. Darren McGrady, the king's personal chef, revealed that Charles often takes an active role in the harvest. He is an expert forager who knows the Scottish landscape intimately. He has been known to personally lead his chefs into the woods, pointing out the exact spots where the best wild mushrooms grow. It is a moment where the monarch becomes a farmer, ensuring that the fungi on his plate are the freshest and most authentic the land has to offer. This level of scrutiny reveals a man who believes that how we eat is a reflection of our respect for the planet. For King Charles, a simple potato or a piece of lamb is a victory for sustainable agriculture. He demands excellence in every bite, treating his kitchen as a laboratory for environmentalism. The king's culinary demands are unmatched in their complexity, yet they pale in comparison to the discipline of the woman who held the throne before him. While Charles seeks variety and organic perfection, his mother maintained a diet that was legendary for its unwavering consistency. Her food choices were not about the latest trend or the most exotic flavor, but about a commitment to tradition that lasted a lifetime. Coming up, we reveal the secret behind the longevity of Queen Elizabeth II, a simple, coin-sized snack that she refused to skip for over 80 years. Finally, we reach the golden Tio Schwan of royal dining, the secrets to a century of life. At the very top of our list is a dish so simple it seems almost impossible for a monarch. It is the jam penny sandwich. For over 80 years, Queen Elizabeth II began her afternoon tea with these tiny, circular treats. Made with just white bread, butter, and strawberry jam, they were cut into the exact dimensions of an Old English penny. Her former chef, Darren McGrady, noted that the Queen was so devoted to this tradition that she ate a jam penny every single day from the time she was a small child in the royal nursery until her final days. This unwavering consistency was the hallmark of her reign, even in her diet. But she was not alone in her pursuit of longevity. Her husband, Prince Philip, who lived to be 99 years old, had his own elaborate favorite, salmon kulibiak. This is a Russian-style fish pie, where salmon, buckwheat or rice, hard-boiled eggs, and mushrooms are wrapped in a delicate layer of puff pastry and baked into a loaf. While the rest of the family often avoided seafood to prevent the risk of illness, Philip made this hearty, nutrient-dense dish a staple of his diet. When you look at the lives of the late Queen and the Prince, you see a masterclass in dietary discipline. Their longevity was not an accident. They followed a strict set of rules that most of us would find incredibly difficult to maintain. They famously avoided starches like potatoes, rice, and pasta during dinner, and garlic was strictly forbidden from the palace menu to ensure they were always ready for public conversation. It was a lifestyle built on function, health, and a profound sense of duty. Ultimately, the dining habits of the British royal family reveal a fascinating truth. Behind the grand banquets and the historic titles are individuals with deeply human preferences, from a queen who loved a simple jam sandwich to a king who forages for his own mushrooms. Their meals reflect their values of responsibility, sustainability, and family tradition. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the palace pantry, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories from the world of the monarchy. Which of these 13 meals would you want to try? Let us know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.